Any better?
Yes, I've just had a notification to say that the stream is active.
Okie dokie.
Just stand by. I think it's trying to refresh itself.
Okay.
Yes, viewing the track map now. That is now live.
Okay. Any idea if we need to go back from the beginning?
Yes, I would go again. We've only got 13 drivers, so we won't miss anything in Q1.
Okay.
Please get dropping out.
Perfect. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is F1 Tonight, Netherlands. I am your host, Daniel Huzzah Burt, and joining me, as always, the magnificent, the fantastic Adrian Stats Rich. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you. As I was 5 or 10 minutes ago, getting a bit deja vu here.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it's like Groundhog Day, isn't it? Anyway, we'll give it another go. So let's take a look with no haste onto the Drivers' Championship. Leading the way, Nicky Visser for Red Bull, 274 points. Damien Hartman's behind him for Toro Rosso, P2, 266 points. Boy Williamson with 252 points. Nicky's teammate there for Red Bull, P3. Then Baz Brain is P4 for McLaren. Hans van der Berg for Toro Rosso, P5. Zander Herman for Williams is P6. And P7, Marcel Droning for Williams also. Sudovit Renault, he's P8. Guido Urshan for McLaren is P9. John Donkor for Ferrari is 10. P11, Nishay Mahadra Singh for Renault. Peter Phillip for Haas is P12. P13 is Mark Stappers for Ferrari. Ralph Mayo, it's Martin Pardy Cooper, P15. Or 14 in fact. 15 is Paul Quarre for Haas. RA Cop is 16 for Racing Point. Miguel Torni for Alfa Romeo is 17, and 18 is Kevin Van Delft. Of course, the Mercedes guys, still no drivers. They are 19 and 20. So, pretty close up the top, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, I believe Nicky needs 18 points at this race to actually clinch the championship. Yeah, currently sat down 274. I think if Damie finishes 6th or lower, then Nicky would also win the championship.
Indeed, yeah, very good stuff. So we could see our F1 Tonight Netherlands round 6 or season 6, sorry, champion crowned this evening. Very exciting stuff. And again, still close down the midfield. I mean, I can't really choose a start and finish place because everyone's kind of within each other's reach a little bit, aren't they, up and down the grid?
Yeah, just a bit. I mean, yeah, Hans van der Berg on 149 down to probably sort of sealed a bit on 104. You know, yeah, it's pretty tight in that midfield section. Yeah, lots of possible position changes there as we start the penultimate race of the season.
Indeed, yeah. There's a couple of groups there, you could say, I guess, where there's some changes possible after tonight's Grand Prix. So, going on to the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull are, of course, leading the way with a mighty 526 points for them. They're the first guys to break that barrier of 500. Toro Rosso with 415, they're P2. P3's McLaren with 302. P4 Williams with 262. Renault are on 157, they're P5. P6 is the Ferrari on 95 points. Mercedes, of course, still frozen there on 82. They will not move anywhere. Haas are P8, 51 points. Alfa Romeo are P9 with 12. And down the back, Racing Point with 4 points. So a bit more spread out on this side of things, isn't it, Adrian?
Yeah, just a bit, yeah. As I said earlier on, it's nowhere near as close as the Drivers' Championship is. Nicky and Boy leading the way in the Red Bull. Nicky with 5 wins and Boy with 3 earlier on in the season. I think Nicky's had a few more since then, actually, but yeah, he had 5 back to back. So yeah, great stuff from the Rebels.
Indeed, yeah, very strong pairing, like you say, of guys that are winning races together. That's why they're up there. But yeah, a bit more spread out up and down the field after that. Probably likely to say this is our final result for the season, I would have thought, in terms of where everyone is on the table. Of course, Alfa Romeo and Racing Point could change a bit. So those guys are probably most likely to swap places if anyone does. Do you agree?
Indeed, yeah. Absolutely agree.
Perfect stuff. So, looking over to our track map for this evening in Brazil, the Autódromo José Carlos Pace. Probably butchered that, but there we go. We'll give it a go anyway. Circuit length 2.6 miles.
Pache is what it is.
Pache, okay, good stuff. Well, pace and racing, they fit together, don't they? So, and everybody's saying the 190 miles and 71 laps this evening. Sector 1 then, from the start-finish line through the iconic Senna S and the new-to-me Sunshine Corner, down the back straight there, just before turn 4 is where that sector then ends. Sector 2 begins, of course, just there, bringing us all the way around through the very windy section of really 5 all the way down to turn 12, through Horseshoe, the Pines, Duckbill and Dive. All very, very fun named corners there through Sector 2. And then Sector 3 begins just before turn 12, brings us all the way up to the start-finish straight. Through 13, 14 and 15. The first DRS section point begins just before turn 2 in the Senna S, and then that zone is from turn 3 to 4 through the back straight. Very long DRS point there, plenty of overtake opportunities available. And then the last point, the DRS zone section point is after turn 13, and then it's activated just before 15 all the way down to turn 1 again. So again, another opportunity to overtake, a bit harder there, but still some brave guys can go into turn 1 with DRS help there. So I know, of course, this is one of your faves, or your favourite on the calendar.
It is my number 1 favourite circuit, actually, Brazil. Interlagos, yeah, I've loved it ever since I first saw it, let alone raced it in a game. But yeah, it's I had a very good race as well on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Overtakes there. Now, I'm not the best overtaker.
No.
I'm very confident in my overtakes on Tuesday. And hopefully we'll see plenty more from the sort of more experienced or quicker drivers here.
Indeed, yeah. Not one of my favourites personally. Watching it, very happy. Driving it, not so much. At least in the new game, I'm not. But yeah, it used to be one of my favourite tracks to drive around. Quite a complicated circuit, isn't it? Very up and down. And I mean, you could say it's a pretty technical one, couldn't you? I think.
It is technical, as the also has the second highest elevation change after Austria.
Yeah.
And there's about a 70% chance of rain in the race as well.
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
Something to look forward to there. Indeed, near the Amazon, of course. So yeah, very obviously Sector 2, the windiest part of the track. Otherwise, it's quite a lot of high-speed corners. So that's the one where you can, I would like to think, make up the most time really in Sector 2.
Yeah. You can also really sort of save your tyres and fuel in that section if you're sort of very careful. You can make them last a lot longer just by getting that sector right. We're actually just about to start Q2.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to run us through the current runners and riders, and I'll take us over to the live stream?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'll run down the order that they're displayed at on the left-hand side there. So Hans Vanderberg is racing tonight. He's in the Toro Rosso. Marcel Dronig in the Williams. John Donko in the Ferrari. Damie Hartman, of course, the championship contender and the season 5 champion, defending that that championship in these last 2 races here. I have to make a little correction from earlier on. I said Nicky needs 18 points to win. He needs 18 more than they need to win. So if they're 1 and 2, then it's absolutely.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Basil Brian in the McLaren. He's won the Constructors' Championship 5 times actually. He's been runner-up in the Drivers' Championship 4 times. Never actually won the Drivers' Championship, and won't do so this season. But yeah, one of the fastest drivers in this league. Mark Verstappen's in the Ferrari, same as John. Peter Phillips and Paul Correa, they're both here in the Haas. And Boy Williamson and Nicky Visser, as I said, leading that championship in the Red Bulls. Then you've got Sander Hermans in the Williams, Sildervit in the Renault, and kudos to Sil for his stream on Tuesday as well. He did the broadcast for F1 Tonight UK and did a very, very good job of it as well.
He did indeed,
Thanks very
yeah.
much to him.
Yeah, if he ever retires, we can get him on this one.
Don't be like that, man. Let's keep positive.
Anyway, sorry, I'll let you carry on.
And Guido Eschen rounding off the grid. Only 13 drivers. It's actually the lowest attendance of the season in this race here. But yeah, good to see Guido.
Yeah, sorry, what was the total drivers for tonight?
13 we have.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's quite a lot lower than we normally see for the Netherlands guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's see who we have. Most of the guys are out on track now. A couple of guys still in the pits. 4 of them still yet to come out. So let's just see if we can work out who's going to be first out at the moment. I think it's going to be Hans Vanderberg will be first to come around on a hot lap here this evening for Q2. Oh no, or not, he's going in the pit, so thanks for that, Hans.
No, it's Damie Hartman.
Yeah, it is, yeah, his teammate.
On track.
Okay, so he's just coming up.
Fastest in the first sector though was Nicky, but we can keep an eye on Damie as he crosses the line.
Yep, just riding on board with him now. He comes round the centre. S1's a bit deep there. Tricky corner to get right, isn't it, that one, Adrian?
Yeah, absolutely. Nicky is about to go top though. He's purple in the first and second sectors, and will surely blow these times away at the moment. He's looking very quick.
Yeah, Sander Herman currently P1 there, or no, he's now P2, as Nicky Visser, as you say, comes across there with 109.487. A very good time for him. Let's have a look at what tyres everybody's got fitted at the moment. Most of the guys out there on mediums. What would your strategy normally entail here, Adrian?
Well, I would normally go for the 2-stop strategy here, although
right.
as I raced on Tuesday, I found that I was actually able to save the tyres quite well, and actually a number of drivers benefited more from going on the 1-stop, starting on the soft tyres and finishing on the medium, which is why I'd hoped to do that, but the only way I can talk to Jeff is through my Connect, and my Connect wasn't working during the race, so I was stuck with the strategy that I'd chosen at the start, and there was nothing I could do about it, unfortunately. Good thing it didn't rain, because I would have no way of putting the wet tyres on.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how you quite get along with Connect working for you so often, but
no,
it gives me the chills just thinking of trying to talk to Jeff like that. Fair play to you, sir. So Guido Eschen just came across the line there at 1:10.6. He's currently 6th place. All the top runners at the moment on the medium tyres.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? You know, you've got 10 drivers there, all on the medium. So 10 out of the 13 opted for the medium tyre. Now, they're obviously thinking that because only 3 will drop out this session, normally there'll be 5 dropping out. They've only got to beat 3 drivers, and so they have a very good opportunity to go for the harder
Yeah.
medium compound rather than perhaps they would normally go for the soft if it was a full grid.
Indeed, yeah. I think it's one of those ones where I'd be tempted to just go for the mediums because everyone else is doing it. Don Donkel, though, is I think going to be the first one out on track for us on the soft, so we'll see what kind of a lap time he can put in. He's just coming through the second sector at the moment.
Little shout out to Eddie Ferreira, the legend himself, the king of broadcast, watching the stream at home at the moment.
Good stuff, yeah, he is coaching me actually over WhatsApp at the moment, so yeah, thank you very much, Eddie, mate. We'll get there eventually, give it another 20 races or so, I'm sure it'll be perfect.
Well, to be fair, Eddie has, I think he's coming up for 100 under his belt, so...
Indeed, a real trooper.
It's not an overnight thing at all.
Certainly not, no, it's not even a 3-week thing in my case. Anyway, John Donkel coming around the sunshine corner as the sun is shining on that corner at the moment. He's down the back straight. DRS, of course, wide open to give him that extra boost into turn 4. So we'll see what kind of lap times he's doing. I don't know if, Adrian, you can see his sector 1 time there, if it's looking any good.
Sector 1 for...
John Donkel. Sorry.
No problem. It's good. It's not his best though. He's a 10.5 off of Nicky. Bearing in mind he's on the soft tyre, he'll probably be quite disappointed with that.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean he's had a couple of recent ones that I've streamed. He's had a few unlucky races of John Donkel, hasn't he? Especially I think Mexico. So that's why I did for him. So I hope he comes back stronger here.
This season really hasn't been John's season at all. I think it may have. I'd have to look back at the records here, but it may have been his worst season up to this point. Having said that, he's just gone purple in the middle sector, so that will shut me up.
And he does go P2, yeah. just under 2/10 away from Nicky Visser there. So nice time there from John Donkel. I don't know if Peter Phillips yet. He's out on track. And I think he's just going through the first couple of corners on his hot lap, isn't he, at the moment?
Yes, he is. Yes. Yeah. Sector 1 is looking good. Not amazing.
Sure there away for a second.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for it to cross the line. I started looking a little bit too soon.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
So he got a nice bit of a toe off John Donkel as well, didn't it?
He did, yeah. He's actually set the same sector as John.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Same time in that sector, sorry.
Haas looking very nice out on track. Of course, my old car before I deserted them. Too many crashes for me to carry on, I think. I gave myself the sacking because I think they would have done it for me anyway. So he's coming out of sector 2, up through, I think that's 13, now through 14. How they call 15 a turn, I don't know, but he's still going.
I don't know. Well, he had to move the steering wheel.
And P9, so I don't know if he'll be happy with that or not. I guess everyone's got their own pace, haven't they? So it might be something. If he's a guy that practices in time trial, that could be a good one for him. That's P9 at the moment for Peter Phillip, a 1:10.5.
Apparently I'm very quiet on the stream, sorry about that.
No, I think Eddie's just been telling me I think he's happy with your volume now, but apparently I'm over-modulating. I don't know what that means, over-ovulating? Something's happening, sorry Eddie. Hopefully that's better though, thank you for pointing that out. I know normally I can't get it right, either I'm too quiet or really loud, so apologies,
yeah.
but hopefully that's a bit better for everybody now.
Really difficult to find that balance. It's a skill in itself.
I think it's probably because we're not using Skype. It's normally Skype that makes me quieter, I think.
Right.
Oh yeah, he's just saying yeah, because of Xbox chat could be that. I feel like Xbox chat's a bit more reliable.
We can always switch to Skype for Q3 and then back to party for the race if need be.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. See how it goes. Just looking on board with Marcel droning at the moment. So I think is he on a hot lap now? No, he's on his out lap, so he'll come around.
No, yeah, just finishing his out lap.
Yeah.
Marcel, I think he should find himself quite easily through into Q3. Very quick driver is a Williams man. Very experienced driver as well. Been with the league since season 1, as far as I recall. And this is most certainly his best season to date.
Good stuff. When did he join the league?
Yeah, I believe he's an OG. He's
okay.
season 1. Oh, is that invalid? I think that's invalid. Yes.
Yeah, he's unfortunate. Easy
he
place to do it.
Needs to tone down that ERS and give himself another opportunity for a hot lap. He's still pushing at the moment.
Isn't he? On a setting 4, sorry.
President Brian in the McLaren just starting his very first hot lap as we come close to the end of the session, and that's an invalidation straight away, I think. Yes.
Yeah, the Center S is the arch enemy for anyone looking to cut a corner around this track. Easiest place to do it for sure. Yeah, I think we're looking switching over to Skype chat then. In that case, after Q2 ends.
Yeah. And we'll probably find that I'm screaming the place down, deafening everyone.
We'll look at adjusting it as we go. I'll keep an eye on the sound levels. Whilst joining has gone into the pit, he doesn't want to give it another go. I mean, I don't think he was going to get another one out of that, was he? Really, a 0 ERS.
No.
Pretty much. Through the last couple of corners. Baslow's done the right thing. He's saved it the whole way around, and he'll be looking to. I would assume. Nope, he's going in the pit. So
no,
he's not
coming in.
go.
He's not chancing it. He's going to go out on the soft tyres.
Oh, okay. Interesting call. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of guys switching, isn't there, down the back of the grid. Damien Hartman's come back out. He's on the soft. Currently on a lap, I think. Well, it's become quite slow through sector 2 here, so I think he might be just winding the car down. Getting ready for that.
From my experience, just flicking back to Baz for a second, I know he's just coming to the pit. He, from what I've seen, he tends to make the most kind of intelligent racing choices. So for him to sort of dive into the pit right now, that's quite sort of typical of him, and we'll probably see him do a few sort of perhaps unusual things during the race. Perhaps if a safety car comes out, but generally people will. I've noticed they kind of look at what he does and do the same.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we saw a lot of that in Mexico. Pulled off a very good strategy there to come back.
Canada as well. Both McLarens did very, very well at Canada.
Yeah, very good race for those guys.
Guido Urshand winning that one.
Just looking at Damien Hartman at the moment. I think he is, looks like he's on a lap now.
Yeah, that's an improved first sector. It's not purple, but it's very close. Doesn't necessarily need to push so hard.
No, yeah, I think he'll probably be, at the moment he's fairly safe. There's only 2 guys yet to set a time that could knock him down to 10.
And he isn't pushing hard because he did mode 1. He's saving those tyres for the start of the race.
Yeah.
He's very careful when he's exit there not to burn them out.
Good strategy there from Damie as he comes across the start-finish. Doesn't appear to improve. He sets actually a 4/10 lap time, I think, that time around in his best. Perhaps strategic there, not to improve. I don't know. Did he set the? Did he set his first one on mediums? Did he?
He did, yes.
Well, maybe that's why he did it then.
Yeah, it was possibly a change of mind in terms of the strategy.
Marcel joining there, he's on the lap as well. He's come around to the final couple of corners, 14 and 15 coming up now. See what time he can pull out the bag as he crosses the start-finish line. That's a 1:10.1. The P8 for Marcel.
Yeah, it should be okay with that. Baz and Breen just coming around the start of the final sector on the medium tyres. It's a very good first sector. It's only a 10th down on Nicky.
It's good stuff. Same tyre, of course. It's on the medium. Just come around the end of the second sector. A good place now. It's a hard corner to get right, but you want to get it right so you can unwind that car and really throw it at the track for the last sector.
Yeah, very good middle sector, and this final sector is just flat out, so I think he's going to go top or slightly slower.
That was P2, was it? Or P4, is it? P4, I can see on his dash. Yeah, 4th place for Baz there.
Have a look at that final sector time.
So very close though. There's 3 tenths. You can even go as far as saying look, there's half a second between the top 10. Only 2 tenths between the top 4. So very, very close stuff there for these guys in Q2. Nicky Visser, of course, up the top, setting the pace with on a 9.4. So looking like it could be a very good Q3 for us. 4 guys going through on the soft tyre. They'll be starting the race on that compound. Whilst we go into Q3 then, we will quickly just swap over to Skype and join you back for more commentary after that. We're unmuted. Okay, so we are back. Hopefully you can hear us. Back for Q3
Hopefully.
Here. I think you sound pretty good there, Adrian. That looks pretty good.
Thank you. Sure, we'll find out if I'm not.
Indeed, yeah. Right, so
We can't hear him.
Q3 up and running now. So is it Hans van der Boven who's first up?
Stand by.
Both in Brain actually. Aaron. On board with him anyway. I think there's 1 car ahead of him. But we'll look at Baz here for this first lap in Q3. Around the tricky centre as we saw him invalidate that, of course, in Q2. Easily done.
Crystal clear is the analysis from...
lovely. Lovely.
From the legend himself.
Perfect. That's always good to hear. So, and no complaints about the sound of the game, so that's always good as well. We'll keep pushing on. Baz comes through sector 2.
Speaking of pushing on, Baz and Breen was purple in that first sector. Only 6 cars have gone across that line, but Nicky Viss has just beaten that by 2 tenths. So they're 1 and 2 at the moment.
Was that Nicky, was it? Sorry, you said beat that?
Yeah, Nicky, followed by Baz.
Okay, cool.
Guido's the first one to set a lap, or he will be. Not a brilliant middle sector from Guido, to be fair. Not by his standards, at least.
Have a look at Guido quickly then as he comes round to the start-finish. And a 109.8 for him. His teammates coming across there. 109 dead for Baz Rain. Very nice time for him.
Sander as well, not 9.2.
And Hans Vandenberg there at 109.4. Pretty close at the top. Nicky Visser 109.2. So maybe a couple of tenths lost there through middle sector. He said he was fastest, wasn't he, in sector 1, I think.
He was, yes.
A bit of time to find then for Nicky. I noticed he's wearing the Senna helmet. Very cool. Paying a bit of tribute there.
Very appropriate.
The legendary Ayrton Senna. So the last couple of cars come around then. Boyd Williamson has just come in sector 2. Phil de Vitt goes P7 there, 109.4. A good time from him.
He's only 4 tenths down, but he's in 7th place. Very tight
between
these drivers.
I was going to comment, yeah, same as sort of we saw there in Q2 at the end. Only 4 tenths between top 7.
Purple sector from Seal as well.
Nice. What was that sector? Which one?
Sector 3. Sector 3.
Okay, cool. Oh boy now.
John.
John is.
Yeah, John's just put in a time for P2. He seems to have found his form.
Yeah, indeed. Looking very good up there. In second place, only not even 2 tenths off the back of P1, Baz Brian. Boy coming around the last corner, across the line, and he's P10 at the moment. I presume small error there, somewhere around there, or a large error in this case.
That was in the middle sector there.
Okay, so we're sticking on board with him then, see if he can improve on this lap. Still got plenty of ERS. I think you probably realised that early on. If he's got that much ERS left, he must have been saving it for a while. As he goes 1.4 seconds faster in sector 1. A bit of traffic now. It's a tough track really to space yourselves out, isn't it? This one.
Oh, absolutely. It's so short. That's the issue.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're always gonna unfortunately find traffic unless you're very, very lucky.
Indeed. Yeah, his teammate there just giving him a wide berth. Comes round. And 11.
Paul Correa complaining of DRS failure apparently.
Oh no, that's
but he's not in the session.
No, he's not. I mean, how did you know that? That must have been earlier on, I guess.
I think it must have been for Q2.
Either that or he knows something we don't. So Boy Williamson coming around now for his real hot lap, and it's looking pretty good. 109.3. Very nice. Again, just adding to another time that's very close to everybody else's. Tenths between P1 and P8. Very good stuff from the drivers this evening.
Mm-hmm. Dan, I don't know if you're aware the new feature they added from this update 1.20. You can actually see the track map in spectator mode.
Yes, let's give that a go.
I don't know if,
well, hey,
why not? Eh?
Oh, look at that, game changer. I was got the turn numbers on it. That'd be handy, wouldn't it?
That would be. Might be a little bit congested.
Yeah. There we go. I won't leave it on too long because it does take up quite a lot of the screen. Yeah, very nice feature. Also, increased chance of safety car, isn't there? So that could be.
There is, yeah.
Apparently it's tonight.
Yeah, apparently it's meant to be a bit more sort of logical as to when it comes out. But you know, we'll be the judges of that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The viewers will.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of times when we were racing, offline when we wanted the safety car to come out.
Yeah.
And it hasn't. So.
6-car pile up, no safety car. One car spun on the track. Oh yeah, full safety car.
Yeah, classic. Or a car way off track and they'll bring out the safety car. It doesn't make any sense.
Very good first sector from Sander Herman. He looks like he's definitely going to improve his lap. He's currently P4. He only needs a couple of attempts to take pole.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of it being so close like this. Big improvement, and you jump up a load of spaces.
Oh, it was a 35.3 he needed to beat in that middle. He's just got a 35.7.
I just saw he's only 100th. Sort of 100th up on his best time so far. It looks like, or at least in sector 2. Comes down the last corner here. Sector 3 though must have been pretty nice.
Yeah, he's improved by a tenth. He's moved up to 3rd.
Very nice.
Very,
So
very
that
close.
Makes the gap at the
Look at
top
that.
even smaller. Look at that. Gap to the leader on the screen now. 3.5 tenths to P8.
Hans Vanderberg is purple in the middle and a very fast first sector. He's about to cross the line now.
Go. Between the 108s. Very low 109s. Oh, look at that. 3,000.
Huzzah!
Brian at the top. Huzzah! Indeed, for that lap time. Very nice.
3 1,000ths between 1 and 2.
That on track. Guido's on a hot lap at the moment. He's coming through. Does here. 2.5 tenths up. That'll be nice for him. At the moment,
Yeah,
won't be enough to take another position. But of course, there are still 2 sectors
he's
to go.
matched the fastest first sector, Guido.
Very nice. I'll be happy with that. That'll spur him on for the rest of this lap. Comes round all these funny named corners, which I can't remember. This is Duck Bill, I think. Of course. Down
course
to Duck Bill and dive. He dives down the.
Do you want to go down to Duck Bill and dive? Yeah, go on.
I think like a nickname for a bar is a dive, isn't it? I think so.
Guido's looking at about a 9.4, which annoyingly won't actually moving up a place.
Oh, he doesn't want 6. Past sector. Hopes.
Boy on a hot lap now. He's set an improved first sector. Again, a 17.0. Everyone's setting 17.0s, with the odd exception, 16.9s.
There. Sweet. Sector 2.
While you're with Boy, I'm just going to ride with Hans Vanderberg. I was about to say he set a purple first sector, but he's just invalidated.
Oh. So frustrating when that happens. Boy looking a bit unsettled through 2, but still 1.5 tenths up now.
35.5 in
round.
the middle.
Last couple of corners.
Baz, sorry, I'm just going to watch him cross the line here before I speak.
Oh, P5. Let's get the lap times up now. You can still see that on the screen now. The gap to the leader. Only a tenth and a half between P5 and P1. I mean, cracking stuff.
Yeah, that's absolutely remarkable. Very, very close between all of these drivers. And I was going to say about Baz, he seems to be the only one who's really sort of nailed that middle sector. He's set the fastest middle by some margin actually over the other drivers. But the others have kind of beaten him on the other 2.
Right.
That's why it's so close. But
Yeah.
Baz absolutely nailed those middle ones.
But Nicky, this
Nicky
now on the
Purple.
lap. Yeah.
He's purple on the first.
He's the 10th up in 1.
16.8. That is very quick. That's surely going to be setting him up for pole position here.
Indeed, yeah. He doesn't even need that much to take P1 at the moment. He's done that in 1 sector. Guido, meanwhile, has retired. He's had enough. They're around Duck Bill. And down into dive. Can't take his name seriously.
35.2 is faster than Baz in the middle.
Oh.
Surely pole.
Looking good then, yeah. 4.5 tenths up at the moment. Being the 108s for sure as it stands. Here he comes then. 108.7, lovely stuff. Nicky Visser leading the way in the championship. I'll be happy with that gap to Damien Hartman if he can't improve. Nice space on the start-finish grids. Damien is up a little bit at the moment. Been up to P6 as it stands, I think.
Wasn't actually his fastest first sector. His second sector's 3 tenths slower than Nicky. It's about on par with Baz actually, so it's still good. This will be an improvement.
Yeah, see what we can do here. P6, yeah, just enough to move up 1 place. Till the bits out, he's improved slightly as well, 200ths up on his best. Boy is down. Hans Vanderberg is out of fuel, I believe.
He is. He's taken 1:05 to do that middle sector.
So, still a bit low, 4 tenths up.
I've just seen Boy Williamson come flying into the pit 160 miles an hour and smash
Seal's
into
gone
the wall. Seal's on pole.
108.648. Brilliant stuff. Didn't think he'd get there. I thought it'd be P2, but wow.
Yeah, last sector was 3/10 faster than anybody, including Nicky.
Stuff. Well, he's just made Nicky's job a bit harder then, putting him a bit closer to Damie on the start grids for the race.
Yeah, and significantly as well, Nicky will be starting probably on the other side, so he'll be on the inside as they come into turn 1.
Indeed, so could make for a first corner overtake possible. But Nicky, if he gets a good enough start and feels brave enough, not an easy corner to pass on the inside to center S.
No, really. Personally, I find you're better off being on the outside into 1, so you're on the inside of 2.
Yeah.
But especially if you're trying to avoid damage.
Yeah, definitely. Still a bit surprise pole there. Very good stuff there from the Renault driver.
Steele's been very, very impressive in very much all the qualifying sessions, and slightly less impressive in the races, unfortunately, with the exception of Britain.
Indeed, yeah.
We'll see if challenged Boy Williamson for the win.
Yeah, see if he can convert that tonight then. So Sildavit leading the way with 108.6. Nicky Visser in P2, just 800ths behind him, or 108.7. Don Herman, Bas Dembray, Hans Vanderberg, Boy Williamson, Damie Hartman, John Donkel, Guido Urshan, and Mark Stappers. That is the rest of the order for the Q3 finishers.
3 drivers there on 19 zeros.
Indeed, yeah. So close, really good stuff.
I believe that will be a short break between the end of qualifying and the start of the race. So our drivers sort of stretch their legs, get a drink, use the bathroom, etc. Or just sit in their rigs and completely forget to put their do their strategies and things.
It's often the case when you sit there for such a long time, you forget to do anything. So any idea who might take... Yeah, I was just going to say. Any idea on the winner?
I was trying to ask you first, but okay, you've just about beaten me.
Close. 10th in it.
I think it's going to be. I don't want to say Nicky, and it's not because I don't want Nicky to win, but I sort of really do want it to go to the wire. So I'm going to run with Baz. Actually, I think Baz is going to win. Yeah.
I'm gonna at the wild card. I'm going for Seal.
Seal to win.
Seal to win.
the Vit, sorry.
No, that's what his name should be. Seal to win.
Seal to win. Yes.
If he wins this, that'll be the headlines. Seal to wins.
Oh, sorry, Seal.
Strategy-wise, what do you think the
Yeah, I'm wondering if well, I know lots of these drivers do watch the UK races as well, so they might have taken some sort of insight from that. But generally speaking, yeah, I would have said one stop will be the way to go for most of these.
Yeah,
it's quite a long pit lane here, comparative to the length of the track.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it sort of runs around quite a lot of the inside of the track, doesn't it?
Yeah,
nice, the exit gives you that chance to kind of unwind the car and get it up to speed before you get back on track, though.
Yeah, it's a very narrow exit though as well, so
yeah,
you've got to be careful running at that kind of speed.
Yeah, you get a bit of a taste of Monaco before you get back out on track.
Yeah.
So, drivers are on the grid now for the formation lap. A little bit, of course, leading the way for the drivers this evening. P1 for him at the moment. Ahead of Nicky Visser in the Red Bull. He's P2. And Zander Hermans, he is P3 for Williams. As Brian for McLaren, he's P4. Hans Vanderberg is P5 for Toro Rosso. Out qualifying his teammate Damien Hartman this time. Roy Williamson, the other Red Bull, he's P6. Another good qualifying show from the guys over at Red Bull. 2 and 6, looking good from them. Damien Hartman, mentioned him, he's P7 at the moment. And we're looking to get up that order a lot during this race. As a lot of cars decide to do some cross-country rally there through sector 2. But yeah, Damien Hartman looking to get up the order a bit this race and bring the fight to Nicky, stop him from getting the championship this evening. John Donkel for Ferrari, he's P8. He'll be happy with that qualifying. Guido Urshan, the other McLaren, he's P9. Mark Stappers in P10 for Ferrari. Marcel Droning is P11 for Williams. Paul Quarret for Haas, he's 12. And Peter Phillip bringing up the rear also in the Haas P13. So the drivers lining up on the grid now. Sweat's going to be starting to stream. Tension, they can feel it. Feel it in their plums.
Getting the old bum fuzzle.
Indeed. Squeezing the Jesus. Here we go. Lights coming on now. 5 lights. And they're out. Here we go. F1 tonight, Netherlands. Brazilian Grand Prix. Round 20. Bit leading the way. Good start from him. He gets into turn 1 ahead of Nicky Visser. Nicky looked to get his nose up the inside a little bit there. They all lead. No one's really gone up or down so far.
Bit of a collision between Guido and John Donker in the background there.
Oh, okay, hopefully they're okay with no damage. Hans Vanderberg's come up 3 places. It looks like. I'm pretty sure he started P3, so I don't know why it's saying that. Zander Herman's down 2. No, you're right, yep. Zander Herman down 2. Hans Vanderberg up 2, so good stuff from him on that start. Other climbers, Paul Quarret in the Haas, he's up 2 from the back. Mark Stappers unfortunately down 3, so he had a bad start. But leading the way still, up at the front, Silde Wit for Renault. Nicky Visser feeling a bit of pressure from Hans Vanderberg now. The Hans looking pretty racy this evening.
Yep, that's good to see. Again, he's another driver who he's won a race. He has won a race, Hans, and he's capable of winning more.
Yeah, indeed. Wonder if he can taste the win tonight.
I think he won Monaco, actually.
That's a bit of the toughest track possible then. Good stuff.
Yep.
Okay, all over the back of Nicky. Feeling the pressure. Hans thinks better of an overtake there, as we discussed earlier. Not the easiest place to do it, is it?
No, it really isn't. Oh, sorry, apologies. It wasn't John Donkel that was hit. It was Mark Stappers. He's in the pit at the moment, repairing that car.
Right, so that would explain his intervals back. Oh wow, Damien Hartman there, just making a shock overtake on Zander Herman. But Zander gets back. Damien running a bit wide there. Ballsy move from there, from the Toro Rosso into turn 4. Overcooked it a bit, I think. Zander Herman lives to fight another day in P5.
Zander Herman doing very well on the ERS management. No, we're only on lap 2, but he's he's got full tank and he's keeping up with Baz.
Yeah, great spot. Yeah, I just saw that. I don't know about you, but I often if I'm with the other guys in front, I'm not really falling back. I'll often turn it down out of hot lap mode pretty quick after the start, to be honest.
Yeah, likewise.
And it's like Zana's been doing that. Fastest laps beginning to be set now. Nicky Visser goes fastest, 1:13.7. Have a look at the.
4 tenths. Oh, Nicky nearly lost it there at turn 2.
Oh.
I was about to say, Nick, he's just gained 4 tenths on that second lap on the bit. But yeah, he just nearly. I think he's thrown away those 4 tenths with that mistake at turn 2.
Unfortunate. It's a really tricky corner to get the power down fast out to. Silde Wit still leading the way at the moment. Gap's over half a second.
Still doing well on the ERS as well.
Indeed. They're losing the back end a little bit there out of turn 7, I think that was. Again, these corners are tricky to get the power down in the right place and not lose that back end. This corner especially.
Yeah, that's right.
Turn 13. It's one where if you can, like we've just seen still there, if you get the power down just the right place, you can pull out a nice little gap on the car behind. 7/10 now the gap. Coming down a bit now.
Strapper's in the pit again for the second time in 3 laps.
Yeah,
just coming out now. He's going to come
yeah.
out in amongst all this.
Interesting. So a lap down now, I'd have thought.
Oh, Guido Ocean's gone off.
Oh no, where is there he
That's
is.
turn
Was
1.
that turn 1? Not seeing any damage, luckily. I'm getting that rev glitch though, so hopefully that's not actually his car doing that.
No, it's not, no. It's got absolutely no ERS whatsoever. And it's still in mode 5.
Good stuff. Guido, so a bit of an issue there out of turn 2. 1. Dead. See, he's all okay. Oh, really spreading out. The gap's still very close between all drivers, isn't it, at the moment?
Yep, very, very close between all of them.
I don't know if you've got a weather report from anybody, if we're expecting any rain at all this evening.
I haven't had any reports of rain. It's looking like it may stay dry. The UK race was also dry throughout.
Yep. So no rain this evening then by the looks of it. Still very close at the front, isn't it?
Yeah, really close.
Almost got 5 drivers getting in on this now. Zander Herman and Baz Brain are getting in the fight.
Damie and Boy as well at turn 1 and 2. Yeah, they were battling it out just then.
Oh yeah,
Damie
Boy
went
gets
off
back.
track a bit.
Good spot there, yeah, Boy leading into turn 4 now. Yeah, Damie's been looking racy since the get-go really into turn 4. Made a bit of a cheap dive on Zander Herman earlier on. Didn't get past him there. Fighting Boy now.
And Boy's obviously clearly aware that he is affecting or helping his teammate, of course, win the Drivers' Championship by keeping Damie at bay.
Indeed, yeah, right now that is enough, isn't it?
Yeah,
Still
he
early
just
doors
needs
in this
to.
race, but
Yeah, just needs to make that Red Bull nice and wide, and cause as many problems as he can for Damie, and yeah, his teammate will be champion.
indeed. Exciting stuff for the Red Bull duo. Boy pulling away with it from Damie now, but Damie will have DRS, I'm sure, to get back at him. Start-finish line. I think Nicky's still fastest, is he, at the moment?
He was on that lap, yeah, 10th faster than Sil.
That's even harder now. I think still P6 or more is what he needs, isn't it, to stay in even with fastest lap point, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Although if Nicky only finishes second, then yeah, then it will go to the next race regardless.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Damie just needs 1 point if Nicky gets second here.
At the moment, it won't be happening.
But if it stays like this, with the exception of Nicky winning the race, then yes, Nicky will be champion.
Indeed, yeah. Exciting stuff at the moment.
I think
Still.
6 points. Yeah, 6 points and 25. Yep.
Yeah, that'll do it. At the front, still looking very close. Still very close up and down the grid, isn't it, at the moment? Only, we're in a tenth between most drivers. There's 1.2 between Baz and Boy at the moment. Apart from that, all pretty close. As Zander Herman goes fastest to 1:13.5 in P4. He's closing up on that battle for P1.
Guido's still pushing hard, mode 5, right at the back there.
Still any ERS?
In P5, yeah.
Has he got any ERS in there, or is it?
He's got none. Nothing at all.
Right.
Nothing. 0.
Turn the ERS down, Guido.
It's actually slowing him down.
Yeah.
And you can. It's quite audible as well. You can sort of hear it in the car as it sort of struggles anything past 180 miles an hour.
Right. Peaks the engine, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah. John Donkel's just set a fastest first sector. I think he's going to be challenging Damie for the overtake on the DRS straight, perhaps, or into one.
That could be good then. See how he does through the second sector.
Yeah, he's up to mode 5.
Indeed, yeah, he wants
going
it.
for it.
Damie also on mode 4 at the moment. Full quarry though, he's not to be discounted. He's in that fight too. P9 at the moment. It's a bit wide through 1 and 2, but still keeping with the Ferrari. Peter Phillip gets the 3-second penalty after multiple warnings. He might be going off, taking a bit of an interesting line through some corners perhaps. So I don't find myself getting that many penalties around here. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, this is a killer track for me for penalties. Normally quite good with me warning and penalty management, but yeah, this track, it really does get me, particularly turn 1. Well, it's only really turn 1.
Yeah, that's the killer, isn't it? For everything, qualifying, for validating the lap, and then penalties in the race.
Yeah.
Apart from that, though, the rest of the track's quite straightforward in terms of not cutting the corners.
Yes.
Yeah, I find it's one of those tracks where there's not that many kind of improvised lines. It's kind of there's one just line throughout, really, that you have to take.
Yeah.
John Donkel, though, getting on the back of Damien Hartman. I think I don't know what happened. Did Hans van der Berg and Zander Herman pit, did they? Got
no,
right down the order.
I don't think so. Only lap 9.
Yeah, no stop so far. I don't know what happened there. I think spun somewhere or not. Zander was off track through. He's going really wide. Wow, he got wing damage. Yeah, he must have a red left front wing. Maybe contact between the Toro Rosso and Williams. Can't see the front of Hans's car at the moment. See if there's any damage on it. Okay, I've missed that. I don't know what happened with those two.
No, same. And also, Boy Williamson now up to P3. He's got ahead of Basden Brain.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, because Hans van der Berg and Zander Herman were running in that gap there, weren't they?
Yeah.
Hans was, I think, 3rd and Zander was 5th.
Yeah, I think so.
So the top 3 challenge is changing a bit here. 2 seconds between Boy and Nicky though now. Gap opening up just a tad. So Boy getting a nice run through 1 and 2. Now 1.6 seconds to his teammate. Zander Herman's pitting, of course. Red right front wing, not the easiest track to drive around, is it, with damage on your front wing here?
No, no, absolutely not. You do need that downforce.
Indeed, yeah.
It's more the mechanical grip really in the middle sector, but yeah, that final turn and turn 2 as well. That's yeah, very heavily reliant on the downforce. Turn 4 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, just like you say, those opening corners where it's all very fast turns. The killer if you haven't got that front wing on. Zander now returning to track P12. On the soft tyre still though. So he's not changing his strategy yet. Or maybe he is. In fact, with the soft tyre now.
Dan, it's a purple middle sector from Damien Hartman. He's really pushing now.
Just noticing, sorry, I think we missed that, but Nicky Visser now, P1. The P1 Sebastian.
Copy.
Nicky comes.
Well, it's now, because of what happened with Hans van der Berg earlier on, it's now not enough for Nicky to win the championship just to be P1.
Indeed, and still De Vit all over the back of him still. Still De Vin. Yep. Could be on for Zevin. He keeps the pressure up like this. Very good.
It's great stuff from him.
Hard to restrain, isn't it, yourself when you're trying to overtake through the sector 2. But I think it's one where you just want to sit behind them and wait for the DRS to come to you. So there are opportunities, of course. pass through the second sector. You got to be brave.
I've got some breaking news for you, Dan.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Guido Urshan has put his ERS down to 0.
Oh, blimey! Coming to you live from the Brazilian Grand Prix. Guido Urshan now on 0 ERS.
He's actually faster than he was on mode 5 on this lap. Than he was, sorry, mode 0 on this lap than he was when he was in mode 5.
Shows how pain it puts on that engine. Get who that was? Someone.
Damien Hartman, that was.
Yeah, that's it.
13-3-2-1.
Yep. That goes up now on the back of Sebastian Brian in McLaren. Yeah, starting to see the grid fan out a bit now. Although Marcel Droning is bringing the fight to Paul Quarret in that Haas. Looking pretty quick at the moment. Under home though, 113 dead. Nice lap from him. Lap 12, about a sixth of the way through so far. That's right. Done my maths right, have I?
Quick maths, yes. Very
Quick maths.
Nicky escaping still a little bit now. He's almost out of DRS range, but not quite.
Yeah.
Got more ERS as well, which will help him pull away a bit more.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be using that down the back straight. ERS mode 3. The minutes. Still only on 1, so he's saving that ERS. Perhaps a strategy call from him.
You often find that in races where you've got two drivers battling, they'll be sort of pushing, both of them pushing each other super hard, and then after a while both of them will come down to sort of mode 0 and they'll not necessarily chill out, but they'll just sort of back off from each other a bit and both save their energy, and then they'll go at it again, sort of hammer and tongs.
Indeed. I think that's what you need though, isn't it? You need
Yeah.
a bit of a breather in between a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
Have a sip of water. Get back in
and
it.
if you're not able to recover your ERS as well as the driver that you're battling, he is going to have the sort of the first punch, if you like, when you do go back at it.
Indeed. At the moment, still a bit looking like the first person that's going to strike. At the moment, he's got higher ERS, but Nicky's still trying to pull away, and he is doing so. 1.3 seconds now, free of DRS. Boy Williamson now looking a bit saucy on the back of that Renault. I think he went for a bit of a move there, but it's one of those ones. If you go too deep into 1 or 2, that just messes up the whole first couple of corners.
Yes. Yeah, very
Which I think is what happened to Boy there, unfortunately. It's Damie now closing in, I think, as part of that fault. Still needs to make up his mind. Is he going to swing, or is he going to carry on sitting this one out?
I think he's. It's difficult because he's sort of pushing, but he's not pushing. He's pushing and saving at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called. I can't think of a metaphor for that one, I'm afraid.
No.
don't want to expect a lot of metaphors too soon, Adrian.
Damien Hartman is very close to the back of the Red Bull again, Boy Williamson. They're both equal in terms of the energy in the car, but Damien is very got purple first sector on that lap. A very good lap overall, actually. He's the second fastest on the track after Nicky.
Yep, good stuff from them. A little bit going a bit wide there through 3. Going to go defensive into 4. What are we going to do? Ooh, just sticking behind him. The gearbox of the Renault. Oh, he's looking quick here. Out of 5 into 6. Having a little sniff, but deciding, no, not for me, not right now. Stay behind Sill here. Second 2, I think. All the while, Damien Hartman is just waiting for his moment, isn't he?
Pacing himself.
Yeah. That was from Marcel Droning, I think. Got a penalty. Yeah, just finding his time. This could be the move for Boy here. Good shot there of all three of them, whizzing through turn 13. It's always horrible, isn't it, this moment? you don't really know where to go, and then you... Oh, there's contact!
Oh, did Sil hit the back of Boy?
Yeah, he did. He had his end plate missing off the right front of Sil's wing. I think to Liverpool, DRS managed to get back in front. Damie now also getting into the mix proper.
It's just the end plate on Sil's car.
Yeah, good enough. Damie, they're all looking a bit sideways. Almost there. Wow, all over the place a little bit for Toro Rosso.
Damie wants to get past these these medium runners, and Boy's just lost his wing completely. Yeah. Just hit the back of Sil's car.
Is it completely gone? I thought it was just an end plate off of
Yeah, no, I saw something huge come off of it. It looks like red. Right.
What Damie's doing? Damie's slowed right down. Damie's got a puncher right front. Oh, sorry, rear right puncher.
That's from the debris from Boy's Red Bull.
Oh, blimey! So this is big news then.
This could decide the championship, in fact.
Yeah, we could now. He's losing buckets of time. Oh, he's spun! He's spun! He's off! Oh my God! Well, that could be it.
Safety car deployed under the new rules.
Indeed, safety car out. What Nicky Visser will be doing now, if he'll be fist bumping or if he'll be a bit gutted like the safety car. And the fact his challenge is retired. I mean, it's always nice to have a fight till the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at the moment, I think Nicky could be getting ready for his crown fitting.
I think Dan. I think some people in the Toro Rosso garage might be screaming, you know, perhaps it was staged. You know?
Well, because it was Boy's wing, wasn't it? Did it?
Nicky's teammate's wing just conveniently flies off at just the right moment to catch Damie Hartman's rear tyre and win the championship for the other Red Bull.
Indeed, yeah. Blimey. Big news.
It's very sort of, you know, Timo Glock-esque, isn't it? Sort of era.
Yeah. It could be the Wingate coming up.
Wingate, yes.
I think I work out who. I didn't see. Did you see a full wing come off then? Because I thought it was just an end plate off of.
It was the sort of entire right side of the wing, so it was full red damage on the right side. It wasn't the entire wing, in fairness.
Sorry. I was squeezing my Jesus there as John Dongle always ran into the back of Nicky into the pit. So Fry and Red Bull changing the tyres of their drivers' cars.
Top 5 all in the pit. Top 6.
Indeed. Nicky now come back out on the mediums. John Dongle on the softs. At the moment. I'm not really sussing out their strategies at the moment. Looks like there's going to be another stop for both of them. I would have thought. I don't think the mediums will carry to the end now, will they?
No.
A long way to go. But I think John probably wants to take the fight to Nicky for these next couple of laps on the quicker tyre, perhaps. Paul Quarry though leads the way. He almost hits the back of the safety car. Let's have a look at the position change so far. So Paul up 11 places from P12. Lovely stuff for the Haas. Nicky Visser P2. He's not lost any places yet, or not lost any places. Grammar is good. John Dongle P3, sorry, 5 places up from his start position. Still a bit down 3.
Cool.
He's currently in 4th. Let's have a look at the stops so far. So you can see everyone stopped bar Paul. Asden Bray in P5. Boy Williamson is P6. Hans Vanderberg is P7. Marcel Droning P8. Peter Phillip is P9. Guido Urshan P10. Zander Herman is P11. And Mark Schapper's down the back P12. And of course, our non-finisher so far this race, in shock fashion, Damie Hartman is out. Could be lending Nicky Visser the championship as things stand. And definitely he will be. The safety car is in. Quarry gonna unwind the car. Now, bit of a brake check before they started, but Paul is off. Nice little start there from Paul. One's a bit deep. Nicky looking a bit racier through turn 1. Getting a nice line to turn 2. So they're all in one piece coming through the first couple of corners, although Nicky is all over the back of the Haas. Is he going to try anything through 4?
Nicky knows he's got Nicky knows he's got a bit of time here now, because he's not under any pressure to win this race as he was a moment ago. He only actually needs second place to win, and of course Paul Cray will be coming into the pit long before Nicky does again.
Indeed.
So
equally though, he's all got that racing instinct, doesn't he? He doesn't want to be held up.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the race when you win the championship, you always want to try and win that race as well. I haven't seen it in real life for a long time actually. Somebody actually wins the race that decides it. And it's quite anticlimactic for me to see that. A little bit frustrating at times.
One of them. I think it was Lewis. As well got the best fans. If things go this way, Nicky Visser will be thanking his best fans when he gets to the end. Nicky just saving that ARS, saving the fuel. I mean, it is bunching up. I think Nicky will probably want to get a move on pretty soon just to avoid losing out. The Sildervit makes his way up to P3. I think Nicky now, that's probably the sign to him to say, right, sorry Paul, excuse me, I'm coming through. Because he knows Sil can fight him. I mean, could on the other hand, like you say, maybe Nicky could go, hey, Sil needs to win. Sil to win. I might let him pass.
You know, I just want to reflect on that incident we saw that caused the safety car just one more time without sort of being too controversial.
Indeed.
It's almost like, I mean, it's going to sound a bit mad. But,
here we go, everyone. Get your foil hats on.
It's sort of one analogy that springs to mind, or one line from quite a famous film. It's actually from Shrek.
Right.
I had to look up exactly what the line was, and the line is, some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
What, so you say in this case, boy is Shrek?
It was Lord Farquaad actually, not Shrek. Lord
Farquaad.
Okay.
What's good on Lord Farquaad?
And now that randomness is over, back to the race.
Indeed. Story time with Adrian. We'll be back just after this.
I think I need to lie down.
Conspiracy theories will be flowing, I'm sure, after this race. Nicky's still not really doing much. Maybe he wants a race, I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows what goes through his driver's mind?
You can never tell. I mean, maybe he is just being challenged by Paul Quarry. I mean, let's not.
Oh yeah.
Let's not say Paul is holding him up. I mean, sure.
Look, to be fair, Paul Quarry is on soft tyres. Yes, they're quite worn, I believe. Oh, they don't look worn actually. I have to have a look what the age of them is. Oh, they are worn. 21 laps. Yeah. I mean, he's doing exceptionally well. Oh, as he just gets the 3-second penalty.
Well, thanks for that, Adrian. What are you saying? Commentator's curse, but Nicky. Oh,
there we go. Easy
move. Steady on, Nicky. Don't get too close, mate. Yeah, through he goes. Deep.
That was pretty much pure ERS. Nicky was just saving it up. Paul was trying to use it to stay ahead, and eventually one ran out, and the other one was able to pass.
Indeed. Hans Vandenberg got past Silda a bit somewhere along the way. I didn't see that one. Still looking a bit slidey there. His tyres only 5 laps old, so they've still got plenty of grip in them. But again, after that safety car, we're back to a pretty bunched up grid at the moment. More or less everybody besides Peter Phillip is within a second of each other.
Hans going past Paul.
Yep.
And Sil as well.
Oh, yep, still gets by 2. Oh, we're still there. They're side by side. Oh, easy, boys. Oh, a bit of contact there from the exit with Sil, but I think they're all okay. John Donkel's
as well.
having a look as well. Paul Corey now hemorrhaging. Yeah. This is tough now for Paul, because when you've got a car in front and a car to your left, you haven't got anywhere to go. Nice clean racing from those guys.
I feel bad for Paul. He's lost 4 places in 1 lap.
Well, I think now it's just
yeah,
those tyres that, yeah. He's at the mercy of them, and 22 laps on the softs. That's quite good going. I wonder what their percentage of wear will be on at the moment. Probably in the 60s, I would have thought.
I pitted lap 24 and I was at 45%.
Oh,
when
really?
I came
Okay.
in. Yeah. Which is why Jeff was saying to me, "Oh, why don't you try the 1-stop?" Yeah, I can't do anything about it, Jeff.
You won't listen to me when I talk to you. The VRS is what I think.
Yep.
Bit of a deep brain going on at the moment. P3 all the way down to P8, P9 in fact. We'll see Guido Urshan get on the back of it pretty soon if it continues like this. I don't know about you, but a lot of races you see, even after the safety car or the start, it normally spreads out quicker than it has in this race. They're all very evenly paced, aren't they? Which I guess we can see translated over from qualifying.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hit the nail on the head. Look how close it was in qualifying. You know, you had 8 drivers in within what was it, 3 or 4 tenths of each other.
Yeah, yeah, almost 9 drivers within sneezing distance of each other.
Yeah.
Nicky Visser goes fastest at 1:12.5. Nice lap from him. Oh, Paul
2
Corey.
consecutive fastest laps.
Is it? Very good stuff. Nicky pulling out a bit of a lead now. 1.7 seconds on the soft runner of Hans Vanderberg. So looking quick on those mediums. Real change of lighting around this track, isn't it? It's very dark in the middle and very light at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for the day when they are able to sort of have it raining on one part of the track and not on another, like they often have in real life races.
I think Germany 2018 was probably the last time that. I recall that happening very specifically on one corner. Yeah, that'd be very cool if that ever happens. A fairly even spread at the moment of tyre choices. A lot of the drivers on soft. I'm seeing a lot of drivers sliding around all over the air. I think my internet's having enough at the moment. You still there, Adrian?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Good stuff. My Skype made a weird noise. Everyone started flying, and
Coffee.
I thought that was game over, but we're still here. Come on, internet, you can do it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Only about another hour of racing to go.
Yeah, you can do it. Believe in you, BT.
John Donkel. Oh, I thought he was going to make the move on Sil, but Sil is, as usual, very good with the ERS management and just crank the engine up to prevent the overtake.
Very nice stuff. There, Van Herman makes it past Paul Quarry as well. He's up to P8. But really, the final position is anyone's guess at the moment because everyone's just so close.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
I'm still saying Baz de Brien for the win. By the way.
Yeah, so it's not the boldest of calls. I mean, he could do it, couldn't he? You know what Baz is like.
Oh, if anyone can, it'd be him.
If anyone can, Baz can.
Best fans.
We're best fans, thanks guys.
Oh, yellow flag detector 2. That is a Ferrari off. That is Mark Stapper's. Thank you, new track map.
Yeah, hang on, let me put that up. I keep turning it off. There we go. Let's have it on for a bit, shall we?
I do like that feature.
I wish it was down the bottom a bit more. It's a bit in your face there, isn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave it on for a couple of laps. There's Under Herman now. Gets in the mix with Basdenbray and Boy Williamson. Though not if Basdenbray gets in the mix first, because he's all over the back of the Red Bull. Wouldn't get too close though, Baz. You know what they're like, throwing their wings all over the place.
That's what they do, you know.
Just knock end plates off conveniently in front of the the championship contender, and oh no, whoopsie. Interestingly, Boy is still running with this one end plate.
Okay, I'm surprised. Surprised he didn't come in. Sorry. I think it was. I saw Droning very close to him. No.
I thought Droning's up ahead of him now. Okay, stops. Yeah, he has stopped, but I guess the auto wing change didn't deem it bad enough to stop over. It's often the case unless you ask it to. Van Herman getting all out of shape through 4. Guido now getting on the back of the Williams. So what do you think the strategy is for the not for Nicky in particular, but some of the front runners there?
Well, with Nicky, so he started on the soft tyre, didn't he? Pitted under the safety car. He's now he won't be able to stretch those mediums all the way out. So yeah, he'll probably have a soft run right at the very end. With the likes of Hans van der Berg, yeah, again, this is his second stint on the soft tyres. Again, sort of, he was encouraged to pit under the safety car. Yeah, it's strange because that safety car has kind of knocked the typical strategies all out of bonks. Like
yeah.
With the exception of Paul Carey, he's really the only one that is still on his original strategy. And it'll be interesting to see actually where he finishes in relation to the rest of the drivers. Bearing in mind he's the only one that didn't pit on the safety car.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, he's obviously, of course, just pitted 2 laps ago now. As Under Herman comes into the pit to put some new mediums on. I'm just trying to think if there's any guys. Everyone's stopped now, isn't there? So it looks like we had 2 stop up and down the field. No 1-stoppers this evening, I don't think. Maybe a Paul if he really goes for it. I mean, he went for it on the soft, didn't he? So in theory, I guess he could try. Really stretch the mediums. Another 50. Well, no, not even that. 48 laps. Possible, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, certainly doable. But like a lot of the strategies, they are doable, but they'll be very slow, especially in the because as soon as your tyres go beyond, say, 60%, I mean, the mediums, for example, on this track could be something like 3 seconds slower than they are when they're fresh, and then it just escalates massively. Up to 80%, you might be 7 seconds slower than you normally are.
Yeah, indeed, very good point. Well, time will tell. See who does what. You're of course watching F1 tonight, Netherlands, round 20, the Brazilian Grand Prix. At 30, most at halfway distance. Pretty shocking event so far. Wingate coming into effect there. Damien Hartman unfortunately fell victim to some debris, and he is out the race. A rear right puncher, I think he got. Find out just where we are now with John Doncourt, the turn 14 into the wall, and that was it. So far, we're looking at Nicky Visser as season's champion, probably, potentially at the moment. Hans van der Berg, they're getting very close to him. on the quicker tyre, and he's going to make the move. Yep, into 4. I think he's coming back at him up the inside 5, but doesn't keep with him. Like we said that a couple of times, Adrian, he's just probably going to be playing that one cool.
Yep.
It's a bit slippery there through 7. But yeah, I don't think he'd be too worried. Not losing that one, especially because Hounds is going to have to pit sooner anyway, being on the quicker tyre at the moment.
I think Silk could be in with a genuine shot of actually winning this race, and I'll tell you why. Because
please do.
Because the situation with Nicky, as we sort of alluded to, yeah, he is not necessarily going to be pushing anywhere near as hard as he was earlier on, and as I said, he only needs second place to secure the championship. So I wonder if he will drive for second place. And whereas Still will be absolutely giving it everything, he fully wants to win this race. He knows he's got the pace. He took that pole position, and he's actually going to make the move on John Doncool.
Make the move back. John's just taking it off of him.
Apologies. Yeah.
Yeah, back comes Still for P3. I think.
Shot.
Goes, yeah. So like you say, could give him that win maybe, or give him that place. Just to be honest, even though it's a free place, I wouldn't really mind. A win's a win.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it with it was Jack Villeneuve when he won his first championship. He was saying about giving people podiums because they hadn't had one before, and because now
yeah,
Schumacher was out, he could just finish, I think, P4 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it is done.
Yep. I don't like it.
Hey, but then at least if Silda wins, then then I win as well. Right back at him.
Yeah. Nice battle between these two.
Yeah.
Between these two drivers here.
Deficit,
Oh, little collision. Sil's front left just tagged the back.
I didn't think they hit. I thought he just steered clear, so that could hinder him. Oh, that'll do some more though, Sil.
That's gonna do some psychological damage as well, not just physical to that car.
Yeah, 2 end plates missing is not ideal. See there, he's already feeling the effects. One a bit wide through 7. Marcel Joni, of course, takes that place as a result.
It's a good drive from Dronig so far. We haven't really sort of spoke about him. He's just been sort of loitering in the background.
Yeah.
But he's capitalised on all these collisions and things that have happened ahead of him, and has been setting pacey laps. And he made the most of the safety car. He was one of the drivers to pit in, and he just seems to be maintaining his focus for this race, which is great to see.
Indeed, yeah. Just showing it on the stream now, up 7 places from the start. So like you're saying, very good work from him. Silda decides to pit. What will he be going on to? Let's have a look. I think mediums are ready for him. No hard tyres. Hard tyres? Yeah, hard tyres are going on. The Renault, and a wing change as well. So he's going for the long haul now. He's getting held up there. I don't know if he had a penalty or not. It was just my game being funny. Yeah, it could be important that for Sil, couldn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it could do. This actually might work in Sil's favour, in all fairness.
I mean, he's not got to stop again now, and he's still within the pit window of a couple of guys there up in front. You know, his pace is like on the hard tyre, of course. Probably the only one to run it so far this session. I don't think anyone did in Q1. Certainly not in 2 or 3. And no one's done it so far in the race. There's new ground on the hard tyre. What's your kind of regime, if you like, before a race? Do you try every tyre out to see how you feel on all of them?
Well, my actual regime don't know if I can say I used the bathroom just before my race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? Just a quick poo and off you go.
That's pretty much it. I do a Raikkonen. Yeah, quick Kimmy.
Yeah.
Kimmy in the bog.
Big ice cream. Good chalk ice.
Sorry, what was the question?
No, that was it. I was asking
Oh,
if
right.
you used the toilet before you raced, and you answered it perfectly.
Yes, every time.
No, it was actually. I mean, we can still play this into the toilet question, but it was if you use the hard, medium, and soft before the race.
Very good. Very good. No comment to that.
Okay. Depends how nervous I am, but sometimes it could be very soft.
Meanwhile, Boy Williamson just passed still.
Yes, he has. So you done on the medium. It's all the other tire compounds. We sort of get to see them anymore. The hyper soft and the mega hard.
Yeah. I do miss those.
Well, I suppose we still get them, don't we? Just under a new name. Still got the 7 compounds, haven't they? But just we call them.
F1 just went all sensible, didn't it? So
Yeah.
why have we got these stupid names? Let's just go back to what it used to be.
Yeah, that is much easier, isn't it? This way.
Absolutely. Sildovic just got a 3-second penalty, and guess where that was?
I guess that would be turn 1 or 2.
It was indeed Center S's.
Too easy to do it around there. Clouds forming in the distance. Probably nothing. hopefully something. And then one thing I've noticed with Sil this race, he seems to struggle to get it perfect through sector 2. Often losing the back end just a tad here and there. Also in the long run costs you quite a lot of time.
Yeah, I think Sil kind of overthinks his lap, each lap sometimes. I mean, I could be wrong. It just seems like he's never properly settled over the course of say 10 or 15 laps. And where did Sander Hermans just come from?
Sorry, that's just why I was squeezing the Jesus a bit there because he got very close. There was definitely a tap on the side pod. Sander giving Sil a bit of a knock joke as he comes past.
Very good. It's not often you see a. Sorry, he's going for the move again. Oh, is that a piece of the Williams that's just come off?
Yeah, it was an end plate left side. Sander's car. Fell off there.
Yeah. And was it another piece of the Renault?
No, he's intact. The seal comes off better from that incident. Meanwhile, Marcel droning as well over the back of John Donkel. Perhaps a move out the outside of one here, or a bit on the grass. That's never going to help. Actually, I mean, we said it before, haven't we? But it's quite remarkable how much getting a bit of grass on your tyres can affect your grip in the car.
These cars are almost like the real life drivers. They're very much a prima donna in terms of the way they behave when things are not absolutely perfect.
Yeah, quite right. Just seeing there, I think that was Marcel getting on the outside of turn 1, a bit of grass on the tyres, and that's it. There's no braking action, is there, if you try and brake on the grass? Just get thrown deep into turn 1, fall back like we can see here from John Donkel. He's now second up in front from that. Apart from that, though, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, do you remember earlier on when Guido Erschin was sort of pootling around at the back in Mode 5 and just not having a very good time? Well, he's now 7th, and he's just a pit stop really away from the lead of this race.
Indeed he is, yeah.
So
he'll have to pit again, isn't he? That's just everyone in front there, of course.
Yes.
Only one not to pit again, I think, so far, we can guarantee is still, really.
Yeah, and Paul Correa. I'm fairly confident.
You think he's going to go to the end?
Yeah. Boy Williamson should be okay to the end. Sander Herman
Yep.
should be okay to the end.
Yep. Yeah, no, I was completely wrong.
But everyone ahead of Guido, yeah, I think we'll have to pick. Which is what you said, so you weren't wrong.
Yeah, okay, thanks. 50%, I'll take it. Yeah, as I say, apart from that though, everyone else is a bit more spread out. A little bit still on the back of Sander Herman though. Sander choosing not to pit, of course, only an end plate. What's an end plate between friends, eh? Could be an inflated tyre in this case.
A championship is what,
Yeah.
it's what it is.
Yeah.
Forever go down in the F1 Tonight history books, that will.
Yeah, indeed, that'll be a top 10 moments, championship deciding moments. I think it'll be up there. Big one.
Don't often see a championship rival throw his wing at another championship championship rival's teammate throw his wing at his teammate rival.
See, a little lot less dramatic on my end because I just saw an end plate fall off.
Okay.
I guess if you just see a whole wing fly at you, thanks, boy.
Yeah. And the way it actually sort of flew through the air, the way it landed, it didn't land until Damie was about to approach. So it sort of flew over the heads of... Damie was 6th at the time, Boy was 3rd. So it flew over the heads of the 2 drivers behind, and... Yeah,
we have a term in aviation where we use a big cube of cheese with holes in. and when all the holes line up, a bad thing happens. And in this case, all the holes lined up in this case, and Damie's been taken out.
That almost sounded like somebody had set you up to say that. Like you like you were paid to say that line.
What, like a cheese endorsement?
Something like that.
That's a bit of Stilton. I think every hole is a possible event, and then when they all line up, you can put a little stick through them.
Yeah.
And then and that means game over, really. So you just try and stop the holes from lining up.
I see.
Of course, in real life, there's no cheese involved. It's just a load of events that can lead to a catastrophic event. Okay, so it was an end plate, whole wing, the tyre.
I suppose it wasn't as left wing as my, or left field, I should say, really, as my Shrek moment from earlier.
Indeed. Still droning, still battling with. I think. Oh, that was a bit close there.
Seizoen Sanders still battling out for is now for P9.
Yeah, still right on the back of him now, actually. In fact, and maybe making a move. Nope, not quite yet. Have to think about it. Slightly better of it. But yeah, looking very quick on those hard tyres at the moment. Still a bit.
Yeah, in all my practice I did for this race, and including the actual race itself, yeah, didn't use the hard tyre once.
And that's what, just sorry, whilst we comment on that, Marcel has made it around the inside of John Donkel.
Ooh.
John running a bit deep there into turn 1, gives the place away really. Well, that is what I was trying to ask you earlier about your tyre usage before the race.
Oh, right, sorry.
So there we go, we got the answer anyway.
I did a bit of a Ronnie Corbett on Mastermind. You ever seen that sketch where he answers the previous question?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, that's really hilarious.
But
that was what I was doing there.
Right, okay. Noted. Now it's P3. Check now. That we could have said, I think he can taste the podium! Well, no, I think John Dongle can still taste the podium!
I think he can.
Come back at him. A good battle between these two so far.
Yeah, as I said,
right this time round, and no.
As I said earlier on, yeah, John seemed to have found his form, and also really Marcel. It's been a while since I've seen Marcel battling for a podium position.
Yeah.
So I frequently see him 4th or 5th. But yeah, I don't think I've actually seen him on the podium this season. I could be wrong.
I couldn't tell you, but not since I've started streaming. Been on the podium. So good stuff from these two so far. Back and forth between them. Nicky Visser just holding a steady half a second behind Hans van der Berg at the front. Been at that for a while now, actually. Probably planned, I would have thought. Very nice gap to maintain. There's Hans van der Berg now pulling into the pits on lap 44 here. I guess for some medium tyres. He's back out on track, yep, on the soft tyre in fact, so he hasn't got to pit again, has he? I mean, he hasn't got to pit again in terms of he's not got to put another tyre compound on, has he?
No, he has used a medium. I think he's
a bit of end plate
used...
just fell off his car and they exit the pit.
Oh, I hate that.
So that's going to hurt him. He might have to wing this one now. You've missed my puns, haven't you?
Moving on.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah. So
John Donkle's fastest in the first sector, despite being on 27-lap-old soft tyres.
Very nice.
These are at the end of their life. Jeff's certainly told him to push hard because he's going to be boxing this lap.
Indeed, yeah. You almost sound like Jeff.
Taking it as a compliment. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, he's going for fastest lap. He's going to get it.
Oh wow, nice stuff. That's saying something, isn't it? On 28 lap old.
Yep.
Soft tyres. Was that 112.5?
112.1.
112.1.
Nicky Visser. Just compare that to Nicky's time. Nicky did a personal best actually that last lap on 28 lap old mediums. That's a 12.4, which is equally impressive.
Yeah, very much so. Now a bit of space, a bit of breathing room. Leads the way. Hard to know what he's thinking, isn't it, really, knowing he's kind of got this one in the bag a bit now.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's probably not thinking too much about that. You tend to find with the drivers that are as consistent as Nicky, they're able to kind of focus their mind much better on what they're sort of doing right now, rather than what could be or what will be or what might be.
Yeah.
They don't let that sort of influence the way that they drive.
Yes, I think that's a key skill.
Yeah,
Focus on the job at hand, really.
Yeah, in contrast to someone like I don't mean to keep singling him out, but still De Vit,
yeah.
I think might have been too concerned about the possible outcome of the race, or his races in general, and I think it kind of gets the better of him sometimes, I think.
Yeah. Easily done, easily done.
You know, obviously, I'm just going by what I have seen. Obviously, I'm not a psychologist.
No?
Don't know what is in his mind when he races. But I'm sure if...
Little disclaimer there.
Yeah.
No medical practice whatsoever. Worth noting though that Nicky and Hans Vanderberg there coming out exactly in the same position they went into the bit, so they're comparable laps to those guys. Both now on the soft tyre now though. So this will be where we'll know if Nicky's playing games or if he's gonna fight. Of course, getting DRS now on the start-finish straight. Just about a pace game. Oh, bit of grass though. We mentioned that earlier. Not helpful for the grip. But maybe into turn 4 we'll see a move made here. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Nope. Half Manderberg holding on to the lead. Non-Donkel comes out of the pits on the medium tyre now. So Guido's still got a pit, hasn't he? So non guaranteed a P4 as it stands. Not guaranteed, but will be P4 soon. I would have thought. Getting very close to Guido there. Basden Brayan. Oh, I didn't realise that yet. So he's leading the way at the moment. So Adrian, you're on for your. Oh no, he's coming into the pit now. So you're not quite on for your prediction yet.
Well, he's done 30 laps on those tyres. I doubt we could do another. How many needs to go here? 22.
Yeah. Two tried it. Nicky Visser there going around the outside of one.
And around the outside of Hans.
Yeah. Said earlier, lends himself to the inside of turn. The overtake there on Hans Vanderberg. Quite a psychological move, isn't it? When you just position the car behind and off to the left or right of the other guy's car, forces him a bit wide, or deep into the corner sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially on turn 4 here, easily done. Hans gets a little bit divey there into turn 7. But Nicky back into first place after that pit stop. Baz comes back out P6 just behind Boy. I think it's closed up again now after the pit stop, isn't it? We're quite spaced out now, but a lot of the drivers are still, again, gets a bit slippery there out of turn 10. Yeah, everyone closing up a bit now. Non-Donkel though, still got the pace. I think he can still taste the podium. Back in P3 now with Guido now in the pits. He's putting on a fresh set of softs. 21 laps to go on those. So no one else really left to pit now. Ronde and Boy can probably go to the end. Lucille will definitely be going to the end, won't he?
Yeah, it should be.
Just as I say everyone's close, everyone starts to spread out again.
It's because they can hear you, Dan. They
Indeed.
like to try and prove you wrong. Like, what are you talking about?
Like I'm on a tannoy around the track and everyone can hear what I'm saying.
Basden Brayan just set fastest lap at 11.3. It's a whole second, or nearly a whole second faster than the previous fastest lap.
That is one spicy meatball. So droning now. thing all over the gearbox. Still looking racing.
Yes, yeah, really good stuff. Really encouraging to see him as quick as he is. Because as I said, this has been his best season in sort of my memory. And it's been a while as well since I've seen him as high up in this in a race this season as he is at the moment. And you know, he could still be challenging for the podium come the end of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, 20 laps to go.
Yeah. Oh, just to confirm, Paul Correa said earlier on, you know, he was the only one who stuck to Plan A after that safety car. He has actually come into the pit as well, so I don't. Perhaps his Plan A actually was a two-stop strategy.
Okay, yeah. He's back out on the soft tyre now.
But then you'd wonder if that was the case, then you know, you're better off coming in under the safety car.
Yeah.
If you were going to do two-stop.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's safety car can really throw a lot at you in terms of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing whether to take it or not, or if it is an opportunity, or if you're better doing what you're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a hard call to make on track when you're trying to race and be a strategist all in your own.
Yeah. Yeah, really is lots to think about when you're you're not just driving around the track for 2 hours.
No, yeah, you're a whole pit crew as well.
Mm-hmm.
In your case especially, because Jeff doesn't do anything you say.
No. I wish I'd never told him to shut up, because after that,
he hasn't spoken to you since.
He's never spoke to me again.
He's like, you take him out to dinner and make amends.
Yeah, I think I might have to this weekend. Burt and Adrian has just passed John Donkel for P3.
He has indeed. So
I think
it takes the win.
My prediction is still on.
I'm still holding hope in Sil to win. Come on, Sil. Let's have him.
As my boss often says to me, you've got two hopes of him making it. That's Bob Hope and no hope.
So which one's the good one then? Bob Hope, I guess.
I have no idea.
It's definitely no hope, is it?
So why do they keep talking about Bob Hope?
Yeah, what's Bob Hope? To Google that one, that must be a little an old timer's saying, I reckon.
I think it might be. Might be a case of Chinese whispers as well, I feel.
Yeah, he's misheard something. Are there any penalties that are going to affect this result at the moment?
I don't think so. I will have a look for you and report back.
This was Sebastian Brain here, so it's not confirmed yet. As he comes back, such a gain on time there down the back straight on that McLaren.
Nicky Visser has 3 seconds. Hans Vandenberg has 6 seconds.
Okay, so
Burt and Adrian has none.
Any for John?
Sure, I saw one flag up earlier. Yep. Oh, that's weird. He's got a warning, then a warning, and then the next one says 2 penalties and warning.
What was the time duration for those 2 penalties?
It's not going to tell me unless...
So he could fall victim to Boy Williamson then, on penalties at the moment, depending on how much time he's got to add on.
I can confirm it's 8 seconds. He got 3 seconds for a warning on that lap, and then on the same lap he got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Excuse me.
That's nasty. So at the moment he's looking like P7 at the minute. Sorry,
Yeah.
P6.
P6, yeah.
Meanwhile, Peter Phillip, had a little look on Sealed a bit, then decided not to have a look. Still defended and caught Peter out a bit there. So still Payne's P7. I think sadly, the longer this goes, the less likely Sil is to divin. Good stuff from John Donkle tonight, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice to see him back up the front.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier on, he's had some really terrible races, quite frankly, this season. Nowhere near his best. You know, he's won a few races in the past, many podiums. Just hasn't really worked out for him this season. But yeah, currently riding in P4. He has got a few penalties, as we said, but yeah, it's really good showing from him, pace-wise.
Indeed, yeah. Interesting
Yeah,
here though. I didn't expect Boy to be pitting again, but he has.
He has, yeah.
He's coming for soft tyres.
And for
Puts
the,
Peter Phillip and Sil de Wit so far up a place each.
I don't know if you saw that yellow flag a minute ago in sector 3.
I did, yeah. I didn't see who it was for.
That was thanks to the track map. I was able to tell you that it was thanks. It was thanks. It was.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Cheers. Yeah, thank you. Right. No, it was for Guido. Sorry, Guido Urshan
okay.
just spun on the final corner.
Oh, okay, nice.
Sorry, Sil de Wit's making a move on Peter Phillips.
Oh,
there's contact.
Oh wow, Sil's gone very, very wide there. I presume the contact you mentioned.
Yeah, it's wheel to wheel. His front left hit the rear right of Peter's Haas, and yeah, due to the G-forces being applied around that bend, yeah, just threw Sil's car off. No damage.
No, yeah, just saying. I was just looking. Sorry, there. No damage. That's a bonus at least, but unfortunate for those two. Obviously, no places lost to either of them, but just.
No.
A time loss, which Sil didn't really want.
Basden Brian in P3, 14 seconds behind the leader, who has a 3-second penalty. So he's got 11 seconds to try and gain in the space of 14 and a half laps. It is a big ask, and Nicky Vist has just set his personal best in 11.5. On that previous lap, so
right.
It's yeah, it's probably too much of a challenge now.
Yeah, they are all, of course, on the soft tyre as well, aren't they? So Baz's are fresher, which could make it a bit easier for him to catch up.
Baz will take second at this in his current position because Hans van der Berg has 6 seconds of penalties.
Yep. I mean, could Hans even fall as far as P4 at this rate?
Yes, he definitely will actually, because he's only 5.5 seconds ahead of John. Oh, well, actually, John's got penalties himself. So.
Oh, okay. That's Mark Stappers is in the mix there, yeah, in amongst the front runners. It's tricky, isn't it, being in that position that Mark is now, because you've just been lapped, but then equally, if you're pacey again, you've got to unlap yourself, and then you're just between blue flags, aren't you, really?
Yeah, basically.
It's a tricky situation. No, boy, Williamson's out.
Boy Williamson.
Where's the 2? Where's he?
Yeah, that is at turn 4.
Oh, he's probably got the outside curve, I would have thought. That's done him in.
Safety car again.
Yep, so it could still divin.
Hans van der Berg in the pit, Basden Brian in the pit, Nicky is staying out.
Nothing to lose, has he really? So you would argue he probably could have pitted.
Yeah, I would have certainly pitted. He may have thought that perhaps the ones behind wouldn't bother pitting, but you know, there's still 12 laps to go, and that's a good soft stint.
Yeah, indeed. Now these guys are gonna have pressure, rubber. Boy, Williamson, that's a shock one. He's out. I would assume he probably caught that curb you get on the right hand side at the exit of turn 4, and it's just thrown his car around. into
Yeah,
the...
mate. Sorry, Mark Verstappen has stopped on track behind the safety car. He can pass that safety car. He doesn't need to sit there.
Yeah, so, oh, this could be
He
interesting.
may get disqualified for not moving. So he's now going to be. He's now holding up everyone.
Hans Vandenberg has gone off track. This is a... It's an interesting one.
That was a mistake there from Mark. Didn't read the situation.
No. Yeah, not ideal there. Hans Vandenberg unlapping himself, or getting himself back in position there. I think he can. Oh, he just got a 5-second penalty. I'm not quite sure what that was for. Overtaking on the safety car, was it? I know he was forced wide, of course, by Mark. I think he came around the corner in P2. But John stayed on track and therefore I think inherited it. And then Hans tried to come back at them under the safety car again. I think that's given him a penalty. Even more than he had, of course, already.
Hans exceeded track limits. Got a 5-second penalty, exceeded track limits, not for safety car.
Marcel Droning's hit the safety car. I think he's out. No.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, and Sander Herman's on the side as well.
God, these guys are really getting caught out by the safety car this evening. They've got to be behind the leader, and I don't think they're. Nicky's the one that's got to be behind the safety car. Everyone else can pass it, and I think they're kind of getting a bit confused by that.
They are. Yeah, they are. They need to pass that safety car. If the safety car is if he's doing less than 30 miles an hour, you can just pass him.
Yeah, and they're still. And Paul Quare's doing it, and also Sander Herman's just. No, so that's Marcel Droning's car still on the track there.
Yeah, the game will never expect you to stop on track. So yeah, if the safety car has stopped and he's waiting for the leader to come round.
Almost slightly comedic.
Slightly.
It's just you've got Nicky Visser now behind Paul Quare. I don't think it needs to be. Paul can pass the safety car as far as I know. But I don't think he's going to.
He can't now, no. He can't now. He could have done when the safety car was stationary and should have done.
Okay, but now he's picked up the leader now, so he's got to...
Yep.
Which if I'm right in thinking, in real life, he can pass it.
Yes, in real life, in this situation, he can pass, yeah.
Which he's done now. I think he's gone for it now.
Oh, perhaps they have updated that as well. He is allowed to pass.
I know that I couldn't.
He's slowing down.
He's... I don't know really what's going on anymore. Sander Herman's just going by and... yeah, I think these guys have got the idea now.
Oh no, Paul Craig's been disqualified for ignoring the yellow flag. Yeah, which is ignoring the safety car. And Sander Herman as well.
Disqualified as well.
Yeah, you can pass it when the safety car is stationary because it's waiting for the leaders. Once the leader comes round and the safety car starts moving, you then can't pass it no matter what position you're in.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with that's funny about this in a way is that they have the graphic on top of their screen saying what the situation is.
Yes.
So you know, I mean, it's quite clear on the top of the screen. If you have to stay where you are, we're telling you. Either hold position behind X driver or catch up with the safety car queue, in which case you kind of got the prompt, you can pass it. But yeah, interesting that so many people have been caught out.
Bizarrely, Paul Correa and Sander Hermans, who are both disqualified,
they're still on track.
AI is choosing to do another lap with them.
Yeah.
Now they're not controlling that car, that is completely AI controlled. It should have brought them into the pit. If they've been black flagged, they need to be brought into the pit.
Indeed, yeah. So just looking at the position changes again now. Peter Phillip obviously doing quite well from all of this. He's up 8 places. Don Donkel up 5. But good stuff from them. They'll be quite pleased with that. Tyre wise, the only guys, Nicky's obviously come into the pits again. After that kerfuffle, it's kind of allowed in that time. Played into his hands quite nicely there, so he still goes in and comes out again in P1 with new tyres, so he can fight. The guys behind now on the fresher rubber also. Peter Phillip though, 15 laps on his tyres, so he'll be down on pace a little bit. Still a bit might be able to make good of that and get a pass on him. As we see the restart soon. Paul Correa now pits. Zander Herman though is still going round. I presume Paul's now coming in to retire. I would have thought, unless his AI is going to stop him for tyres. They're stopping him for tyres. So he's putting on fresh rubber and coming back out. At this place, he's looking at a race. He's looking at a blacklist for ignoring the stewards, disqualification, and continuing to go round. I don't know what the ruling is in real life for ignoring a disqualification. I guess it probably is license removal, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be. Yep. Safety car in this lap.
Yeah,
Ben.
in this lap. Nicky Visser is going to be controlling the pace of the cars now. All bunching up as we come around 13 and 14. One on board with Nicky here as we watch the restart. Warming his tyres, in goes the car. He's got to wait until the safety car line before anyone can overtake, of course. And there he goes, unleashing the car now. That's a nice start there. Mark Stapper's still in the way a bit on the left, but he's letting the cars pass.
No, he's fine.
Burt Brian makes it through turn 1 okay. Just under a second away from Nicky Visser. He made a really good restart there, did Nicky?
Yeah, yellow's in sector 1. Oh, that's for Stapper's driving slowly.
Yeah.
Yep.
John Donkel still holding on to P3 at the moment. Hans Vanderberg is closing in at the moment. Still a bit losing out quite a lot from that restart. He was 6th, I thought. I don't know if he's got wing damage. He's running very wide through. Yeah, I think he must have red right front wing. So effectively game over already for Sil now. He's going very wide through all these corners. Not quite sure. I don't know if you saw where that happened, Adrian.
I did not, I'm afraid, no.
In contact with some, maybe even Mark Stappers. I don't know if there was that yellow flag. Meanwhile at the front though, Hans still on the back of John. Zander Herman still, he's going to make the pass now I think on Peter Phillip. Nice and simple. No DRS yet, but ERS playing to his favour, I think, on that one. Oh, blimey, Peter goes very, very wide. He spun the car through turn 1. He has to give that place to nobody, actually. That's Mark Stapper just coming through, I think, unlapping himself. Shame for Peter there, but just caught that grass, didn't he? On the entry to turn 1.
Yeah.
That easily done.
Yeah. Sorry, Sildovitz just coming to the pit. Sorry if I'm repeating you there.
No, that's alright. Yeah, he's just changing his front wing.
Ah, Burt and Adrian, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
Ooh, that's not going to be helpful.
That's going to change the result of the race then, because he would have had he stayed just 3 seconds behind Nicky, he would have won the race. But now he's got to actually make the pass, or hope that Nicky will get another penalty.
I think Nicky now has been told by Jeff, don't worry about the car behind, he's got a 3-second penalty. He's gone, alright then. I can't get a fastest lap, bye! That was a very good lap from Nicky there. Penalty there as well. We mentioned that already, haven't we, Adrian? But that's a nice little comeback there from Guido.
Yeah, yeah, great stuff. Yeah, I mean, it looked like Guido has races where, you know, he just can't sort of get the car settled, and it kind of looks like he's not enjoying it so much as we saw him sort of just. He was so frustrated he just left the engine in mode 5 for sort of 5 or 6 laps. But then, you know, he sort of turned it down and he got his composure back, and he's found himself here in 6th place. There's 8 championship points for McLaren, and an 18 as well for Baz if he maintains P2. So yeah, it's a good haul from McLaren this race.
It is, yeah, indeed. Stuff from those boys in orange. Just running through the order then, if we go from Nicky at the front. A fairly straightforward Nicky Visser race, isn't it, really, to be honest?
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the start and the end, then yes, it's a straightforward race. But all the bits in between, no.
No, I mean, yeah, he's had a bit of help, I suppose you could say, in the form of safety cars, but
I think the second safety car actually hindered him more than it helped because it
yeah,
put him under
obviously,
increased pressure from Baz, who he wouldn't have had to have been bothered by at all. He's something like 15 seconds ahead of him before the safety car. Baz was P3, if you remember.
yep.
And
Obviously, Hans Vandenberg had been leading the race for quite a while, hadn't he, in between.
yep.
On the faster tyre until they both pitted together and come out on the soft. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, in hindsight, scrap that. Not typical, but still, he needs the way at the moment on lap 66 of this race. As then Brian, I guess in essence, I wouldn't be wrong in saying it was typical for him to be where he is. P2 after 67 laps now. And unfortunately, penalties has hindered him a bit and won't see him win as it stands. But still a good performance from him as per usual. John Donkel behind, just getting passed by Hans Vandenberg. So we'll speak about Hans first in that case. Hans eager to have me talk about him, so here we go. So Hans obviously been leading this race for quite a lot of that middle sector. Like about 20 up until not too long ago. He's been at the front, ahead of Nicky.
Yes.
But just dropped down the order a bit, didn't he, after those safety car periods?
Yeah, it didn't quite work out in his favour.
No. Still though, if we look at, just get the vision change, still 2 places up from the start, so nothing to not be happy about there. That's good stuff. John Donkel though, probably the happiest of everyone out on track at the moment, besides Nicky, who will most likely be champion. But John Donkel though, P4, very, very nice. We're very happy with that.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll maintain it because... Oh, isn't Sander Hermans disqualified?
I thought, yeah.
And he's racing as AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's flying up there at the moment. There's Paul Quarry as well.
Yeah, okay.
So we can discount them, really.
Yeah, because John Donkel has got 8 seconds of... Oh, excuse me. 8 seconds of penalties.
Even so, that leaves Guido Erskine in his... or Erskine, sorry, in his wake. So Guido could be inheriting P4 as it stands, but still, John's had a good race. I think he's maybe even led a lap or two. Definitely been P2 for some of the race.
Yeah, he was P2. I don't think he actually led.
No. But yeah, very, very strong performance from John this evening. Zander is disqualified at the moment. But still, he's been in the fight a lot of this race up the front, up until the one of the safety car gate, if you like. We've had many gates this evening, and that's another one. That's a weird moment, but yeah, another. I guess really can only blame himself to be honest with that one, unfortunately, but kind of followed the suit of other guys that had stopped behind the safety car, and in the end has been disqualified. But other than that, a good race.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining one, certainly. As Brazil normally is. But
indeed.
Yeah, it's thrown a few sort of curveballs, sort of wing-shaped curveballs. Sorry, John Donkel's just gone wide, and it's been passed by the disqualified Sander Hermans.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out at the end there. Guido is P6 at the moment. Very, very good sort of fight back from you know, P12 or 13, wherever he was, running with 0 ERS for a lot of the time, and like you said, managed to regather that, and he's fought back up to P6. Good stuff from him, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Guido's always been one of my sort of favourite drivers in F1 Tonight Netherlands, and I feel for him when it doesn't go his way, because I really do understand his frustration a lot of the time. But yeah, I also sort of rejoice with him when he does do well.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely. Peter Phillip, again, another good race from him, up 6 places from the back of the grids.
Yep.
Fairly quiet, but still, it's always nice when a quiet race turns out good results.
7th place is a good performance for Phil, and that's not a criticism of him. That if anything, that is a credit to his ability, because he's able to finish races. First of all, he's one of the most consistent finishers, and he keeps himself out of trouble all the time. Not necessarily keeping out of the way and letting people pass, but just maintaining focus. Made some good overtakes as well in this race, and yeah, it's just he thoroughly deserves those 6 points that he's going to pick up.
Yeah, it's kept composed, and like you say, nice haul of points for Haas. Unfortunately, his teammate Paul Quarret not having the same luck. He passed the safety car after it finally got going again, but he did wait behind it when he didn't need to, and unfortunately that's ended his race early. But still,
yeah.
He led the race for a little while.
He did. Led about 10 laps of the race.
It's a real shame it's kind of gone this way for him, but he was looking good to bring home some good points for Haas. Still a bit P9, unfortunate for Sil. I don't want to say it's kind of a standard kind of style race for Sil, but he does often find himself getting in these spots, doesn't he, after a good qualifying? And
yeah, it's just race composure. That's all you need to work on there.
Indeed.
Otherwise, a thoroughly impressive performance from him.
Indeed, yeah. Got the pace, just needs to work on that composure, I think, a bit maybe in the race.
Nicky's just coming
Indeed,
round the final corner.
We will mention Mark, but Nicky is coming round the last couple of corners here. Another good race from Nicky. Not been easy, but with his championship rival out, he comes round the final corner now. Nicky Visser is the F1 Tonight Netherlands World Champion for Season 6. Fantastic stuff for Nicky. World Champion, mate. Good stuff.
Yep. Fantastic drive and a fantastic performance all season from Nicky. By far his best season, and certainly his most consistent. Even when things didn't go his way, he'd still be able to pick up a podium, and that is why he has won the championship.
Absolutely, yeah. Very, very closely fought. He's had a great fight with Damien Hartman. With, I guess you could say, the second half of the season, it got very, very close, and even lost the lead once or twice, didn't he?
Yep.
To Damie, but like you said, that consistency's paid off, and he's fought back, and here we are seeing him as world champion.
Yeah, that's his first championship, and this is the end of his 4th season with us.
Good stuff. Ever improving Nicky Visser, the F1 Tonight Netherlands Season 6 world champion. There he is. I think with that, he deserves a great big Huzzah!
Huzzah! Well done, Nicky.
Yeah, well done, Nicky. Very good.
Go Team Red Bull.
Yep.
Nobody escapes the penalties this time.
Indeed, yeah. Everyone comes home with some penalties. Nicky Visser, of course, winning the race there for Red Bull. As then Brian comes home P2. In the end, his penalties not affecting him too much. Don Donkel P3. Guido Urshan P4 for McLaren. So McLaren finishing very nicely there, 2 and 4.
Yep.
There's Zander Herman P5. Technically, I don't think he is. He's disqualified, although these 2 disqualified drivers did appearing on the final standings. I'm not quite sure how that's going to play into it in the end. Hans Vanderberg P6. Peter Philip is 7. Zildovit is 9th. And Mark Stappers, who we got cut off from talking about there, he's P10, obviously. Tricky race for him. Unfortunately, finishing a lap down, but still finished the race in the points, of course. And I think he actually, technically, will be P8. Maybe if you take out Zander Herman and Paul Quarret.
Yep.
Post-race,
yep.
so...
driver of the day, then? Probably would have been easier to do it on the previous screen.
Yeah, because I hadn't actually...
I was trying to interrupt you, but I couldn't stop you.
Sorry, I was just wondering... Yeah, good point.
I can tell you Peter Phillips gained the most places in that race. He started 13th and finished 7th, but that's likely to increase to 5th with the 2 disqualified drivers removed.
He did, yeah.
So my vote would be for him, but I'm happy to hand over.
I would concur, yeah. Yeah, so let me put his name tag on the screen there. Peter Phillip, driver of the day. Congratulations, Peter. So yeah,
I think that may be his first one.
Yeah, could well be. Yeah, good stuff from Peter there, like you said. Yeah, good choice, Adrian. I concur very much so.
Good.
So there we have it. Season 6, round 20, the Brazilian Grand Prix. F1 tonight, Netherlands, and our newly crowned world champion, Nicky Visser, still in the lobby there, probably spraying champagne all over the place, having a ball. But back next week for round 21, Abu Dhabi. We'll be there in probably consistently fashion. Hopefully we'll get a better stream next time. 4th time lucky, of course. But have you got anything else to add, Adrian?
Not really. Apart from another Huzzah, and it was an absolute pleasure, as always, Dan, commentating with you in this race.
Indeed, thanks very much, and a Huzzah! and very pleasant for me as well, commentating with you, good sir. But until next time, for round 21, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for F1 Tonight Netherlands Season 6, it's Huzzah from me.
And it's goodbye from me, goodbye.
Goodbye from me, goodbye.